Hello, everybody, and welcome to Jonathan Gilbo's Wrestling Podcast and the Jonathan Gilbo Show on YouTube Live. So, the reason why I'm going live today, because I haven't went live for a long time, I want to talk about Vincent Kennedy McMahon, and I want to wish Vincent Kennedy McMahon a 76 a happy 76th birthday. So, if you don't know who Vincent Kennedy McMahon is, here's what I'm going to say. So, yes, he was born on August 24th, 1945. He's an American professional wrestling promoter, executive, and also he's currently serving as the chairman and CEO of the WWE. So, yeah, he was born in Pinehurst, North Carolina, in the United States. Now he resides in Stamford, Connecticut, or outside of Stamford, Connecticut. But he's a pioneer, a professional wrestling revolution in the United States. He is the creator of the XFL and other WWE related um, uh, ventures as well. So yeah, he's the founder of and chairman of Alpha Entertainment. He married Linda McMahon in 1966, and they had children named Shane and Stephanie McMahon. And he has a son-in-law named Triple H, aka Paul Levesque. His grandfather was Jess McMahon, which his name is Roderick James Jess McMahon Sr. Um, his father was Vincent James McMahon, Vince J. McMahon. And yes, his family is the McMahon family. He's 6'2". Vince McMahon is 6'2", 248 pounds, built from Greenwich, Connecticut. He debuted in 1969 as a commentator, and he was a wrestler in 1998. In his early life, his father left his family when Vince McMahon was still a baby, and he has an older brother named Roderick McMahon, who just passed away earlier this year, of the age of 77, who was not involved in professional wrestling world at all. So, and yes, Vince McMahon does have some kind of learning disability or some kind of disability. I guess that in his early life, he also came dyslexia. So, yeah, he had that disability that he overcame. Um, but his name was Vinnie Lupton. I guess that he was living with his mother and out in a trailer park somewhere, and with this abusive stepfather. I know that that his stepfathers was very abusive to him and to his mother. And Vince McMahon wanted to do something horrible to his stepfather, but obviously he didn't due to his stepfather passing. But yeah, Vince McMahon graduated in 1964 at the Fishburne Military School in Waynesboro, Virginia. So, and he also has education with East Carolina University. So that was his early life, and he started in the Worldwide Wrestling Federation in 1969 through 1979 for 10 years. So he was the commentator, interviewer, and then he started this. He built out. He bought all the um, all the wrestling territories, um, and started the 1980s wrestling boom with the World Wrestling Federation, and with the golden era and the new generation era and the attitude era, and then he bought out Ted Turner and Paul Heyman's ECW and WCW. He did it all. He created Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown. He created NXT. He also created WrestleMania and SummerSlam and Survivor Series and Royal Rumble and the WWE, the World Wrestling Entertainment. Back in May 5th of 2002, the World Wrestling Federation became World Wrestling Entertainment due to the Worldwide Life Foundation sued Vince McMahon, and he had to change his company to the name to the WWE. He also founded the World Body Foundation and the WWE Network, and he also did a lot for this for this um, for for the wrestling business. But let's just say that he had a few false allegations um, that were not true. Back in the summer of 1986, or through of 1993, 1994, and then in 2006 he was accused of something that he did not do. And then he had a legal trial with the United States versus McMahon. Um, I know back in November of 1993, just 2 months after my birth, Vince McMahon was indicted in federal court after a steroid controversy uh, that engulfed the promotion called World Wrestling Federation, and thus he had to temporary seize control of the World Wrestling Federation to his wife Linda McMahon. The case went to trial in 1994, where McMahon was accused of selling steroids to his professional wrestlers, which that's not true. He didn't sell to the wrestlers. But let's just say that was one of his former wrestlers named Kevin, whose character name was Nails. Said uh, that he was fired after a violent confrontation, and that he said that Vince McMahon wanted the wrestlers to be on steroids, which that's completely a lie on Nails' part. But obviously, Nails said that he hated Vince McMahon. But in July of 1994, the jury acquitted Vince McMahon on all uh, three charges. I guess they had three other charges against him. Um, but I think um, due to the trial, um, I know that I guess the government brought six charges against Vince McMahon. However, three of the six charges were thrown out of court before the full trial. And Hulk Hogan and the rest of the superstars of the wrestlers said that that Vince McMahon didn't um, sell steroids to his wrestlers. Um, so even though that Vince McMahon's legal team did not enter a defense, he was still acquitted. He created Stone Cold Steve Austin, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Hulk Hogan, The Undertaker, Triple H, John Cena, Randy Orton, Dave Batista, Brock Lesnar, Goldberg. Um, you know, um, he fought his son at WrestleMania 17 and lost against his son Shane McMahon. Or in WrestleMania 19, he lost against Hulk Hogan. Um, and then at WrestleMania 22, he lost against Shawn Michaels. Um, and then at WrestleMania 23, our former president of the United States, Donald Trump. Him and Donald Trump has a history, especially at WrestleMania 4 and WrestleMania 5, and all the WrestleManias that Donald Trump was involved. Donald Trump, along with Bobby Lashley and Stone Cold Steve Austin, shaved Vince McMahon's head at WrestleMania 23 because of Bobby Lashley won against Umaga. So that was very, very entertaining. Just to watch. But Vince McMahon, I know that some people says that Vince McMahon should retire. I'm personally against Vince McMahon retiring soon. I don't think that Vince McMahon, he's 76 years old. He works like that he's 26 years old. I really believe that Vince McMahon will never quit. Not after, when he passes away, he's still going to be here running the WWE somehow. No matter what. Vince McMahon is my hero. I would love to meet our WWE CEO of the WWE, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. I would love to meet him. I would love to work with him or work for him or whatever. Take a photo with him, seriously. Because, he's one of my heroes and he's the reason why I'm still living today. He has a phenomenal product that he called WWE on Raw. The 3 hours of Monday Night Raw. I love the 3 hours of Monday Night Raw. I wish SmackDown could be 3 hours. I wish NXT could be 3 hours. I wish they can cancel main event and 205 Live and just have 3 hours of Raw, 3 hours of SmackDown, 3 hours of NXT, 1 hour of NXT UK. I know Vince McMahon says that AEW is not a competition, but why would he move NXT from Wednesday nights to back to Tuesday nights? But Vince McMahon, I know that he did a lot. He created WWE Studios, which I wish I could create a horror movie franchise with WWE Studios. That's one of my dreams. And I think one day those dreams could come true. He also invented the invasion and the brand extension. The first brand extension was cool. The second brand extension was wild cards or brand invitationals, which I don't like. Wrestlers moving back and forth when they shouldn't be moving. He had feuds with D-Generation X and Bobby Lashley and Donald Trump. Yes, Donald Trump Sr., who was our president last year, who lost, well, sort of lost the vote until someone had a hack into the system and whatever. But Vince McMahon faked his own death. I can remember when I was actually arguing with one of my family members saying, "Is Vince McMahon really alive or Vince McMahon dead?" Because his limousine just completely blowed up when he was in it. This was on June 11th of 2007, and then he had some kind of another son called Hornswoggle, which was supposed to be Mr. Kennedy, $1 Million Mania. But after when he faked his own death back in of 2007, yes, he faked his own death, but he truly wasn't dead. The WWE later acknowledged to CNBC that he was not truly dead. But on the 25th of 2007, Raw was supposed to be scheduled to be a 3-hour memorial to the Mr. McMahon character. However, due to the actual death of the man who won the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 20, the show opened up with Vince McMahon standing in an empty arena, acknowledging that his reported death was only a part of his character of the storyline. And then the next day on ECW Sci-Fi, he said that there was a different circumstances, but he was definitely investigated after that with the United States Congress, and then some rumors that he owed money to the IRS. I know that he was investigated with the United States Congress, because the WWE could have run out of business in 2007 due to the actual death of the man who won the World Heavyweight title. But yeah, and then Vince McMahon gave out $1 million. I wish that Vince McMahon would have called me that day. I know that I would have been happy if I found out I got $1 million from Vince McMahon himself. If he called me during Monday Night Raw, right on live television, that would have been awesome. I would definitely would have my phone on for that, for sure. And then he feuded it with the Legacy and Bret Hart, and then storyline with John Laurinaitis and CM Punk, and then the Authority in 2013 through 2017. And he made all different kinds of moments, like when he came out with Raw 25, when he got stunned by Stone Cold Steve Austin after when they drank the beer, or when he comes to SmackDown and gets rock bottom by The Rock, or even open up WrestleMania itself. Like, this is the man who created sports entertainment. I think that Vince McMahon, his legacy, he's the king of professional wrestling or sports entertainment, whatever he likes to call it. But Vince McMahon, he created something special, and fans should realize that and quit bashing Vince McMahon. So I know that Vince McMahon, I did disagree on the Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania 31, and I did disagree with Triple H versus Sting at WrestleMania 31 because I want to see the Undertaker versus Sting so badly. I really wanted to, and I never had a chance to. Now Sting is with the competition, which Vince McMahon don't think AEW is competition, but I know that somehow somehow that WWE can try to create another war with AEW, and that's what I completely believe. And I know that that Vince McMahon, I know that he has a good family, a good mansion for sure. He has good suits, good limousines, good cars, a good office building that he can sit at on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays, because on Mondays and Fridays, when he first wakes up, in the morning, right? He does his workout, takes a shower, shaves, put his suit on, goes to the airport, not through the airport, but to the airport with his limousine. Then he gets on his private jet all the way to wherever the Raw or SmackDown shows are, and then he works midnights or 3 o'clock in the morning after that, or and after the the shows, and Vince McMahon has he owns a lot of stuff, like a $12 million some kind of building out in Manhattan, New York, and a $40 million mansion in Greenwich, Connecticut, a $20 million vacation home. He owns a a sports yacht that he names, and he's worth about 1.1 billion. Way back in the day, now he's worth 1.2 billion, and all the way to 3.6 billion. So, and here's his accomplishments. Yes, he's the greatest promoter of all time. He's a WWE. He's the future WWE Hall of Famer. He won the Royal Rumble in 1999. He's a former one-time ECW World Champion. Which he should have been a WCW World Champion too. I really wish he could have been. And he's also the World Wrestling. He's the former World Wrestling Federation champion as well. So Vince McMahon. Like, I'm a big Vince McMahon fan. I don't think that he will ever retire or step down as the WWE CEO or chairman of the WWE. I really don't. I think Vince McMahon will continue and continue and continue until he hits 101 years old. So Vince McMahon will never retire. He doesn't. He don't like to sleep. Not at all. Sleep is the enemy of Vince McMahon. He doesn't like people sneezing or yawning or people getting sick, because he don't believe in that. Not at all. Which I don't either. But that's a whole different story. I wish I could be working with Vince McMahon. That would be a special treat for me. Just to be recognized by Vince due to my podcast and be recognized by the WWE officials. Vince McMahon, every time when he's on TV, I make sure I pay attention to the TV set. I always do. Make sure. And it's a special treat for me to see Vince McMahon on television. I wish we could see Vince McMahon on television a lot more. Even though he's backstage during Raw and during SmackDown. And I know that he's backstage because he's, watching the show and talking to a few of the announcers and telling them what to say. And that's what he's doing during the show. After the show, he's probably working on his jet somewhere out in the sky. But I think that that people should realize that how great that Vince McMahon provides for the fans and for everyone else. That the WWE is a great product. The WWE is a great product. Absolutely a great product. One of my one of the biggest things on my bucket list, yes, I do want to win the lottery. Yes, I do want to promote wrestling shows with the WWE. And I want to create a movie, a 10 movie horror movie franchise with WWE Studios. That's what I would like to do. And Vincent McMahon is in one of my movies. Seriously, he is in one of my movies. Even though that he played a Scooby Doo, the Scooby Doo movies. Um, but I think that Vince McMahon should get credit for how great the WWE is, and Vince McMahon. I think that Vince is um, a great wrestling promoter, a great man. Um, who knows? Maybe this year I could meet my hero, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. I would do anything just to meet Vincent McMahon. And I know on September 20th, on a Monday Night Raw, it will be a special day for me because I'll be 28 years old. On September 20th, I'll be 28 years old. And I would love to go to Monday Night Raw to meet Vince McMahon. That would be an awesome, right on my birthday, that would be an awesome thing just to do. Even though I know it probably won't happen because people out there don't care. Unless if they do. Somehow I got a slight chance that my dream could happen. Or dreams. I can talk great. I can talk all day about Vince McMahon, how great this guy is. Vince McMahon is the man of the WWE, of the World Wrestling Entertainment. I think that Vince McMahon, I know that, he has everything that he wants. And yes, people calls him, and that's just his character on TV. He is the bad guy on TV. But I love seeing the bad guy on TV. Just like I like to see the good guy on TV as well. People say, who's Vincent Kennedy McMahon? Who's Mr. McMahon, the character? I know that Vince McMahon is not. Me personally, I don't know if Vince McMahon and Mr. McMahon, the character, is one and the same, or if they're different. Seriously, but I know that he has a great life. He's making billions a year. Not millions, billions a year. Every time when Vince McMahon bleeds, he's bleeding green. Because every time when he bleeds, he's making money. Back in the day, when he had that match with The Undertaker in 2003 at Survivor Series, he's the guy. He also did the walk of fame out in Madison Square Garden or Hollywood, somewhere in Hollywood. But my favorite moment of Vince McMahon. Wow, what is my favorite moment of Vince McMahon? I got a lot of moments. A lot of moments of Vince McMahon. But if I had to name just one moment, it was him creating the WWE. That's my biggest favorite moment of Vincent Kennedy McMahon. So I just want to say happy 76th birthday to our WWE CEO and chairman of the WWE, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. And that is Vincent Kennedy McMahon. So I'll see all of you next time. and bye.